For the 40,000 students at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor is home. Established in 1824, the city has a host of things to do and see. But just 2 miles away, there is another city by the name of Ypsilanti. As the old saying goes, these cities are so close, but so far away. And from this adage stems the conception of an Ann Arbor-Ypsi Divide. Separated only by US 23, one would assume that these two cities are very similar. But with their own unique characteristics, some perceive them to be worlds apart. But is this an actual divide or just a myth? Is there a reason Ann Arbor residents don't frequent Ypsilanti?
It doesn't seem to me like there's nearly as much to do, but again, I don't know because I don't have a connection with Eastern Michigan. You know, they may very well have just as many culture events, etc. But I think the perception would be that it's much more difficult to get into Michigan than it is Eastern. You know, so therefore, I mean, it's a quote better school.
Despite Ypsilanti's improvements, others cite that because both cities have universities, many residents have allegiance to their prospective towns.
I think there's a bit of one. There's quite a lot of intermingling between the two because it's easy to get from one to the other. But I don't know, I think it really depends who you ask.
People have a chip on their shoulder about Ann Arbor taking over Ypsilanti or overshadowing Ypsilanti. I think that's the wrong attitude to take. I keep saying that Ypsilanti is transforming itself from a city of industry to a city of knowledge, culture, and entertainment.
I don't think it's a very unfriendly divide. I just think that each town has their differences and they just go about life in a different way, I guess.
While this Ypsi resident was unsure of a divide, Ann Arbor native and Ypsi coffee shop owner Peter Reinhardt explains why he thinks there is a perceived divide between the two cities.
I think that the perception of Ann Arbor is that it's much more of a higher educated city, that they have a lot more attention to the arts and the arts, high art, entertainment, fine dining. And that all comes with socioeconomic status. How much money does your household make? How much of it's disposable income, and etc. Is there a divide between Ypsi and Ann Arbor? I think Ypsi tends to think of itself as the grittier, more blue-collar, go-to-work kind of city, and Ann Arbor tends to be more of the white-collar, who do I write the check to kind of city.
Population size, poverty level, income, and race are different amongst the cities, but of the people interviewed, Reinhardt was the only one who thought these factors contributed to the divide.
Of Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor, as a comparison, Ypsilanti has really no marketable segment that's over 12% of the population. Socioeconomic status, education, income, number of years in a home ownership, they're all over the place.
Although there are differences between the two cities, there are also similarities that make them more connected than people may think.
About the two cities, here's one thing that they have in common, and I think that it sets them apart, is that the amount of diversity within the populations that they have is really phenomenal. You can get a little taste of anything in either place.
Because natives of each city are proud of what they have to offer, they are working together now more than ever to attract business and visitors to the general area.
Times here in Ypsilanti, but I think what's the most important thing is that we have people excited about moving here, young people excited about moving here. We have two world-class universities, Eastern Michigan University and that other one a little farther west.
After speaking with residents from both cities, it seems to be that the perception of a divide is in the eye of the beholder. As Paul Schreiber points out, the word divide may be too strong.
No, there's not a divide. There's a bridge. Okay, you just got to cross the bridge if you want to get to the other side. And that bridge is over US 23. And you can take advantage of the bridge or decide not to. And I think it's a personal decision, and I think people that take advantage of the bridge are rewarded.